How's it going, guys? It is Eclipse here, and today we're actually on the PC World of Tanks, and we're just going to have a look over the Czechoslovakian tanks, which will be coming out sometime in January on World of Tanks console, so that's going to be kind of cool for us to kind of grind up the lines. I've got the tier 2 on PC, even though I haven't really played PC very much. I think the highest tier I've got is a tier 4, but I think I sold that anyway, so yeah, we'll have a look at some of the tanks and kind of do a little preview before they come into the game on World of Tanks console, what we can expect after the numerous amounts of patches that have come out since the Czechoslovakian tanks were put in the game, and then basically see what they're going to be like for when they come into the console. Obviously the tier 10 medium is really strong in terms of World of Tanks PC, so when it comes into Xbox maybe we can see a nerf, but I believe that it will just be very similar to the playstyle that it is on PC, and we're just going to have a look now. So if we go on to the tech tree and go over to the Czechoslovakian, we've got, oh god, that's Swedish ones which have just come out recently, and then I think we should have a look at the preview. So this is the Kolehausenka. It's obviously the tier 1, you're not going to be playing it for very long. The sort of modules that you get on it are, you get a gun upgrade, so you can get a tier 2 gun, which changes it slightly but not too much. As I'm going to say, you're not going to be using it very much. Comes with the same engine, it's just literally a gun upgrade that you get, and then that is about it in terms of what you get for it. So you just get the gun upgrade, and then it only costs 206 XP on it. It'll probably be somewhere around 200 XP or so. I don't know if that's just how much XP I've got on the tank at the moment. So that is the tier 1. Obviously not going to be playing it much, as I've said, and then it's time to have a look at the tier 2. So this is the light tank LTVZ 35. It's got a standard shell damage of 40, I believe, in between, and penetration is somewhere between that at around 53, 52 or something like that, I believe, which isn't actually too bad for this kind of tank. Gun reload is 3.3 seconds, and it's kind of quite a nice tank to kind of maybe play around in at the start, kind of get used to the Swedish tanks, not Swedish tanks, Czechoslovakian. Obviously you can get the gun upgrade, you then get a turret upgrade and an engine and track upgrade, so I'm guessing they'll bundle probably 2 of the packages together, so maybe the gun and turret as one, and then the engine and the tracks as the first one maybe. So you might have 2 packages, or they'll just put 1 package in where you can get all 4 in one. Because on console obviously you don't get to choose which ones you want to get individually in terms of the gun, etc. And then there is the LTVZ 38, so you need 1055 XP to get this tank. I don't know if I can actually get that now. I don't think I can yet. First of all, you start off with a relatively average tier 2 gun on a tier 3. Penetration is quite good in terms of its tier. Tier 3 having around 52 penetration with standard rounds and 40 alpha damage, and a rate of fire of 18.7, so it's quite fast firing, although at this tier most guns are. And then you can get an upgrade to a 37mm, and this is a Skoda variant, so you get better rate of fire, same kind of penetration and damage, but it increases your DPM, and the dispersion actually decreases as well, and you've only got 1.7 second aim time as well. And then the third gun is another 37mm. I believe it has the same rate of fire, but it's got better penetration on standard and premium, so that's quite nice, and then just decent dispersion and aiming time, I suppose, for this tier. And then you can get the upgraded turret armour, which gives you 50mm at the front, and 30 at the sides and 25 at the rear, which isn't actually too bad for a tier 3. And then you can then get the gun, which has even more penetration, 82, and 40 out of alpha damage with 1029 DPM, so that's not actually bad for a tier 3 at all. You can get another turret upgrade along with a radio range upgrade and 2 engine upgrades and thingy, so I'm guessing they'll probably bundle a couple of them with them, so I'm guessing they'll put the turret and probably one of the guns, and then probably the engine, tracks and thingy, and another gun, and then the top upgrade being these two, which isn't too bad. And then you get the STV Z39. I don't know why these got these massive tracks, so sorry about that. But as you can see, looks pretty nice to have in your garage. Looks pretty interesting. As you can see, we're playing, well, looking at it during Christmas. I don't think Wargaming have actually announced that the Czechoslovakian tanks are going to be coming out yet in terms of their web page yet. So that's something we'll have to check out when it does actually get released and see the exact stats. But this is kind of just a preview. Here you go. This is a tier 4. It's another medium, as all of them are during this line. 4,660 XP to research, and then we shall have a look at the packages actually. So you've got quite a few packages. Top, like the average gun at the start is a tier 3 gun, 62 pen, 60 alpha damage. And this is a 47mm, and then you can get, when fully upgraded, it's another 47mm, better rate of fire, better penetration, and 1,440 alpha damage. No, DPM even. 1,440 alpha damage, crumbs, at tier 4. Anyway, you get upgraded radio range. You can also get 2 engines and a track upgrade as well, and that's about it for this tank. Obviously these are the lower tiers. You're not going to be playing too many games in them unless you really enjoy them and want to play them. Here's where it really starts to show their kind of design and what they're going to be looking like throughout the whole of the rest of the tech tree from tier 5 to tier 10. As you can see, it's kind of coming up on this design where it's quite bulky hull with a more streamlined kind of turret looking thing. Armour isn't always good on the Czechoslovakian tanks, but it's the gun that makes up for it on them. So as you can see, this is quite a nice looking tank. Bit different at tier 5 to anything that we've seen so far. Starting gun is a 75mm with 103 penetration and 110 alpha damage, 9.4 rate of fire, which is quite good. 1,000 DPM, so it's a bit of a step down from the previous tank in terms of this starting gun. 2.7 second aim time, that is huge. But then you can get the upgrade to the next one, so you then get a 75mm with 10 rate of fire, 132 pen, 110 average damage and 1,100 DPM, along with a decrease in dispersion, which makes it better, and 2.5 second aim time. You can get the turret upgrade as standard, I think, and then you get 2 kind of radio range upgrades, an engine upgrade, and some tracks as well, so that's not too bad for this kind of tank. I suppose it will get up to speed reasonably well. I'm not 100% sure on the speed, so top speed of 58 kilometers an hour, which is pretty nice, and 18 kilometers backwards, so it's a fast old tank for its tier as well. So here is the SCOD T25. I really have no idea what these tracks are doing. I think my game is a bit glitched, so I'll have to try and sort that out before I do another one of these, but kind of wanted to get this out before you guys before you realise that it's actually in the game. I wanted to show you what sort of things what sort of traits they take. As you can see, the classic design, so I think the hull is reasonably similar to that of what it is. And then with the turret upgrade, as you can see, it gets a bit more of a bulky turret armour. It kind of reminds me of the MX-38, is it, or something? The duck tank or whatever, kind of that sort of turret. It's not round, but it kind of reminds me somewhat of that sort of shape. And then the gun. Oh. And then let's just change everything so we've got it fully upgraded. and as you can see, that is what it looks like fully upgraded, so it's pretty nice looking. And then we'll go into the kind of stats. So starting gun, you have 12 rate of fire, 132 pen with 110 alpha damage, 1320 DPM, which is quite nice. 0.4 dispersion at 100 meters and 2.5 second aim time on the original gun stock, so you're going to have to do a bit of grinding. I'm guessing they'll put them guns both together for probably 10,000 or something similar to that to buy them both to upgrade. And then you've got obviously the radio ranges and engine and track upgrade, so I'm guessing they'll pop all of them together and then a gun upgrade and turret upgrade at the same time as well. And that is the SCOD T25. Then we're getting on to the tier 7 medium. This is kind of looks like obviously a T34, but this is a tier 7 version. This is the 100. I don't know if it's got an autoloader. I'm not 100% sure. I don't believe it is actually, but you do get 9.2 rate of fire, 126 pen, and 160 alpha damage with 1477 DPM, which is pretty nice for a tank at this tier, although you're kind of getting into that range where you're going to be hit by ISs who have 390 alpha, and you're going to have to be doing at least 2 hits back to them to kind of make it even somewhat worth taking the shot. And even then, you're 70 kind of damage lower and worse off, so hopefully the gun gets a tiny bit better when you upgrade it. And it does, when you go to tier 7 gun, you get 100mm, which is a hell of a lot better. As you can see, the gun gets a huge change in terms of like kind of look. And then we'll go on to the top turret. As you can see, that's what it looks like fully upgraded, and then the engine upgrades, etc. I don't think that actually changes the visual model, but it looks quite nice. But it is similar to a T34 at the at what it looks like. There's the 100mm again, just gets an extended gun. Turret armor, it is 90mm at the front, 75 at the side, and 52 at the rear. You're not going to be bouncing very many shots. And we'll have a look at what the turret armor is actually like as well, and hull armor. So for this tank, I'm guessing you want to just be getting the gun straight away, because you don't want to be kind of hanging around with a 85mm at this sort of tier where you're going to be taking 390 alpha damage shots, etc. And coming up against things like the Stura Mill with 490 alpha is something you don't want to be taking at all as well. If we have a look at the hit points, I don't know how I can actually have a look at that. I'm guessing, where is it? Survivability. Hit points, 1000 hit points. Hull armor, 45mm, which is pretty poor, I'm not going to lie to you. So you're going to get penned by everything. Maybe want to be using your hull armor and stuff like that. Gun depression of 5 degrees and 25 degrees of gun elevation, which isn't too bad really. And then so you want to be kind of using this maybe on a ridge line, etc. 5 degrees is kind of where you can use it on ridge lines, but it's not too good to be able to use it like a CDC, etc. And that is about the tier 7. Then the tier 8, if we have a look visually, this is the TVP VTU. Looks pretty nice at tier 8 actually. It looks pretty nice. So you start off with 165 shell damage, I believe. Actually, let's have a look down here. So if you have a look, if we put the top gun on it, oh wait, hang on a minute, we've got to upgrade the tracks a second. So there we go. It changes the turret slightly, so it's kind of taking more of a shape. It's quite high up, these tanks, so they're quite big in terms of hit area, so you're going to be getting hit a lot easier than say if you were a smaller style tank. The gun gets pretty nice. It looks quite nice actually. It's quite a big old machine. But as you can see, you get quite a few guns with this. We'll have a look at the packages just now. So that is what it looks like. Starting gun with it, you get a 8.8 centimeter, so 88 millimeter, 9.7 rate of fire, 145 average penetration, 220 alpha damage. So that's not going to be fun when you're coming up against things of similar tier, or I wouldn't want to be playing with an 88 at tier 8, especially not on this kind of tank, although it could be decent if you play it right. You get next gun up, you get kind of an increase to your 8.8 centimeter gun, so you get 194 penetration with 240 alpha, so it's kind of a bit better step up. And then you get the next one, which I believe this one starts to become an autoloader. I'm not 100% about that, but we'll have to see when it comes to World of Tanks console. And then the top package gets 188 average penetration. It's 10.5 centimeters, so you get 320 alpha damage as well. 1670 DPM, which isn't amazing for a tank of this tier, but it's still reasonably good. And then obviously the turret upgrade, which gives you 65 millimeters of frontal turret armor, 40 at the sides and 40 at the rear, which is not very good. So you're not going to be bouncing very many shots with this, so you want to try and use it as a kind of a CDC looking type tank. It's quite fast, and especially with the top engine upgrade, you get 700 horsepower. So if we actually have a look at the preview, we can have a look at the mobility stats. And if we pop on the turret, oh wait, we have to put the tracks on, and also the engine and radio range and the gun. So survivability, you get 1450 hit points, which is quite nice. Hull armor 65 millimeters, 40 at the sides and 30 at the rear, which is pretty nice for a medium, although yet again not going to be bouncing very many shots, especially at tier 8. You're only really going to bounce light tanks, and even then they're going to pen you, I believe. So your kind of top speed is 50 kilometers an hour and 20 reversing. Kind of load limit, you're going to be up to a max of 41.5, and your traverse speed is 45.89, which is decent. Concealment is I believe not that great in terms of everything else, but the view range isn't too bad, 380 meters view range, and signal range doesn't really matter that much. And that is what the tier 8 looks like. So it looks pretty nice, looks like something I want to be picking up. And we'll go back to the tech tree and look at the tier 9. Now the tier 9 is kind of similar looking to like a T10 IS3, but a massive version of it, like a big bulky version. But obviously the armor isn't as good, anywhere near as good as a T10. It's kind of got this pike nose, but not very well angled really in terms of the pike bit, and you've got this huge lower plate, which everyone's going to pen you anyway. I've got more of a rounded turret, so you might be able to use that a lot better. 100mm with the standard turret that you get. I believe you might get a turret upgrade, which you do as well, which gives you 20 more armor frontally, but it decreases the armor at the rear by 20 as well. And you've got these cupola bits, which I'm guessing are weak points, which we might have to have a look at in Tanks GG in the actual review of the tanks. I still don't know why we've got this weird thing going on there. And then go into the tech tree and have a look at some of the packages. So the starting gun, you get a 100mm 7.69 rate of fire, 205 pen with 320 alpha. I believe this is actually an autoloader. 2462 DPM, which is insane for this sort of tier. You get 2.5 second aim time, which is good as well. And then when you upgrade, you get better penetration, you get same alpha damage, you take a hit to your DPM, but then you are reducing the aim time, you're also reducing your rate of fire. That's why you're getting a reduced DPM, and obviously increasing the weight. But you've got to do it to get the next tank anyway, so it's just something you'll have to do. So I'm guessing the overall research cost of this is going to be somewhat around 150,000 if I look at the packages. 48,000 for the gun, and then you want to get the next gun, which is 61,000, so that's like 100, and then you're up to 125, and then up to somewhat near like 135, 150, well 170, up to 200k just on the packages alone if you want to fully upgrade this tank. And then obviously a 208,000 research price for the TVP T50 51, the tier 10. And then so it's a pretty decent, obviously this is the fully upgraded gun. This is actually the autoloader. I didn't actually realise that, but the other two guns are just normal. But this is got 3 shells in the magazine, which is kind of weird. I don't know that any other tank has 3 shots in the magazine other than the Foch 155, which gets obviously the 15cm, well 155mm even gun. And this has got 248mm of standard pen with 320 alpha, and also an aim time of 2.2, so that's kind of the best that we've seen so far from the Czechoslovakian tanks up to this point anyway. And then if we actually, so it takes 1.8 seconds as well to load the shell, which is quite a fair amount of time really, but it's still decent. And then we have a look at the radio range, so obviously it goes up to a decent amount, along with the engine and the tracks as well. So we'll go and have a look at the actual stats when it's fully upgraded and what it looks like when it's fully upgraded as well. So if we improve the tracks first and then put the upgraded turret, so it changes it slightly, makes it a bit lower profile. You don't get the cupolas on top, well at least not as prominent ones anyway. And then the gun, when it's fully upgraded, this is the autoloader variant. Top speed of 50 kilometers an hour as with the tier 8, and generally looks like a pretty decent medium tank actually, especially with the autoloader. This tank is very, very kind of mobile. It's got really good clip potential, and the reload time is really nice as well. Not very good on the hit points. You've only got 1,650, but I'm sure that's pretty decent for a medium tank, to be fair, at this tier. You don't want to be taking hits anyway because you haven't got the hull armour, and the turret armour is not that great either, 120mm, although it could be bouncy if you can use it and play it right against a certain tanks that you come up against. 40, well basically 44 degrees a second traverse speed as well, which is decent. You've got 400 meters view range, which is, yeah, again, very good for just spotting enemies. And that is pretty much what the TVP, well, SCOD T50 even is, at tier 9. So I'm definitely going to be going down this line. It'll probably be like months before I actually manage to get the tier 10, just because I'm grinding quite a few tanks at the moment, but I'll definitely try and get them as quickly as possible. Here is the tier 10, so this is fully upgraded, and I've played this on the test server on PC. It was really fun to play, had quite a few high damage games, 5k etc, and bearing in mind I've played probably not very many games at all. I'll have a look in a minute how many games I've actually played on PC, but it's definitely not very many at all. So this one gets 1,800 hit points, which is okay. Yeah, again, not going to be coming up against Mouses very often, especially well, you're not going to be out DPMing them or out trading them even, because they just have 1,200 hit point advantage. So you're going to be having to put another clip into them before they will be able to kill you. Well, before they kill you. So the standard shell damage is, well, you get 4 shells in the magazine for this one. It's the same kind of gun, except you get a reduced amount of loading for each shell. You get 25-second loading time for the magazine. You get 248 average penetration with 320 alpha damage. Your DPM is really quite nice at 2,603, and an aim time of 2.1 seconds is fairly decent for a medium autoloader. Much better than T57 Heavy, which is a similar kind of thing, except this one is a medium much faster with a top speed of 60 kilometers an hour, which you can use quite a lot. Terrain resistances are average, kind of decent. From what I can remember, you get a bit better hull armor, 65mm, so not going to be bouncing really that much, and that's a horrible voice crack, I'm so sorry. But yeah, you just have to deal with that one. 2.01 aim time in terms of the firepower, 8.43 rate of fire. And this tank definitely is worth picking up if you haven't really thought about it that much already. 410 meters view range, which is decent, but obviously most people run recon and situational awareness, etc., which can boost that up to well beyond 450, especially if you're running equipment that improves that as well, like what's it called? I've forgotten the name. I am a potato as usual. Put me on the spot and I just crumble. Brilliant. I've forgotten what it is. Binocs can improve it when you're stationary, but the coated optics. That is it. God, almost messed that one up. But yeah, that is the tier 10. So the tech tree definitely looks interesting. Definitely looks like something I would want to pick up. After playing it on the test server, I can definitely recommend this for you guys to pick up. And I don't know what else to really say about it, but definitely keep your eyes out for January. We don't know a confirmed date, but from sources that I've heard that are pretty reliable, they got the Chieftain right and when it was going to come out. So keep your eyes out for early January. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, definitely will be a nice after Christmas present for us to actually use. Especially if you're kind of getting bored of the tech trees that we have, a brand new one is coming in. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, if you want to see some gameplay of me playing the tech trees, well, the Swedish, oh god, I've fucked this up so badly, Czechoslovakian tanks actually in game, then definitely hit that like button, comment below saying that you want to see some gameplay of these, and I'll try and do that as best as I can in terms of the test server. So when it comes up next, I will be playing that on PC and get some gameplay. I don't think I can keep the graphics on this because my computer doesn't have, well, it's not a computer, it's a laptop, so it's got it doesn't have a graphics card, I don't believe, but it has got i7 and 16 gigs of RAM, so it's a pretty decent one. But it has got like it has got a graphics card, it's just not that good. So I don't know that I'll be able to play at 60 frames per second in this kind of definition, and I really want to sort out what these tracks are. So if any of you actually know what that is caused by, then please comment below and tell me how to fix it. Otherwise I will have to play in very crappy graphics to get rid of these sorts of things. But anyway guys, thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.